After these past 3 weeks, I feel great. Like I've came in feeling a little unstable, unbalanced. Now I feel a lot stronger, a lot more confident, especially in the leg that I've had multiple injuries in. I feel a lot more explosive. I feel like I've gotten a lot quicker and a lot more responsive and reactive in my movements. Yeah, definitely. The type of drills that we've been doing have definitely translated onto the court, making me a step quicker and being able to react quicker and being more controlled in my movements, making a crossover, going to the basket, getting that one step by someone. I feel a lot more balanced and a lot more in control of my movements, especially in that leg.
That's awesome. So. And you said...
Yeah, so I would say the stuff that I was doing before was pretty basic stuff that wasn't really involving basketball movements. I would sit on a bench and just rep out a bunch of bench presses or do a bunch of hamstring or leg extensions. And that kind of stuff is good enough for your overall strength, but when it comes to movements that'll help you, be more effective in a basketball game, it's got to be more stuff that's going to make you more stable and balanced. And everything that we've incorporated here has included stability and core work and everything that's going to help, make those movements a lot sharper and a lot more effective. Definitely, because before this, I've been training on my own at LA Fitnesses down the street, and like that kind of stuff is, the environment, and you're very limited to the kind of stuff that you can do. Like here, we get out on the field, and I'm able to get up and down, which simulates, being able to run like a 3/4 court distance, or being able to, jump from side to side in this kind of environment. And this kind of training definitely is what's best suited for people that are trying to play like high competitive sports.
Yeah.
Well, coming in here every day, definitely with like the atmosphere, the music, just getting pumped up to be able to work out. First of all, that's the kind of thing that I enjoy, just being able, it's like coming to work for me, It makes everything more fun. So that's first and foremost. Second of all, like I like the creativity of like the kind of workouts that we've been doing.
Cool.
Obviously, it's stuff that I've not been incorporating or haven't had in my most recent training, but it's all stuff that I can see has been making a big difference, and it's always fun to be able to challenge myself and try the new drill that you'll come up and have me do, and it just challenges my body to the next level. Well, I would say that this is the kind of stuff that will get you a jump at an early age. If you start doing this from the time you really start to be serious and competitive about sports, like you'll already have the patterns ingrained into your head of the kind of movements and the kind of explosive and controlled balance movements that translate to your sport. That kind of stuff will get you a jump on the rest of the competition.
But when I came in here, it was a totally different experience than what I've ever had. I mean, because I've never been like, when I would go to the field, I'd be just doing like sprints, like I would do like broad jumps and stuff like that. But it was coming here was like totally different. It was like lateral stuff and like more like one-legged like movements and stuff, and more like explosiveness. And it was totally just changed my perspective on like how an athlete should train.
Awesome.
'Cause I was just like, yeah, just run in a straight line, do some like 5-10-5s, and then just call it a day. But this was like, it was like things I'd never seen before. It was crazy. Yeah, no, it was basically immediately I realized like, okay, this guy, he knows what he's teaching. And I was like, when he was teaching me, I was like, you know your stuff. And I was like, when you were teaching me all these like different exercises, I was like, yeah, this is stuff I've never seen before, but it actually like I can visualize it like happening on the field. Like when I'm making like my like lateral movements, like I can literally see me doing the same thing here.
Yeah.
And it totally just translated onto the field this season. What I just loved about it was about how it was just like a whole like group of people. It was like, yeah, like you have like one-on-one training, it was nice, but it was like just seeing everyone come here, like seeing all like people of different ages. I was seeing people like in like freshmen in high school, all the way up to people in college like me. It was like all people with the same goal, It made it a little bit, I would say it made it easier, made me more motivated to come here. Because I was like, I always find myself that when I'm around other people, I'm motivated to go harder, like put in that extra work. I was like, people here are trying to get themselves better. What's stopping me from doing the same and pushing myself just a little bit further? It was really like, I would say probably my best season that I've ever had, not just in my college career, but in my entire football career. I mean, I led the entire league in tackles for a loss. I had, I think, 13 and a half, 14, I think.
Yeah.
And then I was tied third for sacks, which, I mean, so it was, and I led my team in both categories.
Right.
I mean, so statistically, it was a great season.
Right.
I remember like the first 2 games, like it was like when people didn't really know who I was, because the last time they saw film of me was my sophomore year, and
Right.
I was an all right player. I had my moments, but I wasn't like that dominant player that they had to watch out for.
Yeah.
My first 2 games, I had 10 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss, and I was just like blowing up every single play. I mean, yeah, like every single workout we did, I was like able to correlate it to how is this gonna make me better as a football player? How is it gonna make me better as an athlete? Nothing I was doing here was just to make me just like, have a better physique to make me look better. It was like, no, how are these exercises going to make me a better athlete?
Yes.
And we were to clearly just identify that and see like which exercises here will help you the best. And that's what we were doing every single time.
Over the years, really?
Favorite part? I mean, I don't know where to start. It's something so different from everything else, It's all in one. It's an all-in-one package. You get everything you need, everything that's needed. Nothing that you do at Driven, you don't need. Everything you do at Driven is needed in a game situation. Everything you do is needed in a game situation. I'd say the most fun part is being with the trainers or being with other friends, getting to see people having fun, pushing people, meeting new people. I think that's a good part too.
Yeah.
But what I really like about Driven, it's a game situation. If you go to these other trainers, they just teach you how to squat, they teach you, different techniques and stuff. But Driven, the trainers put you in a real game situation. They tell you, imagine the ball coming over your head, crossovers this way or shuffles this way. It really gets you thinking of how you should be moving. It's almost like night and day, Even my father sometimes tells me, he sees me, he remembers me playing before I had started Driven or about like months into Driven or whatever, when I was still progressing, and like comparing me to now or like years before, say like my senior year or my freshman year of college. But it's really night and day. It's crazy. It's crazy to think how like just a couple years of work and you can become you can become a totally different, athlete, different.
Yeah.
It's really a different level. It's crazy to think about. Just how fast you are, how much more aware you are of the game, Just, you feel more confident too. You feel that even if the ball is too far to get, even if the ball is too far, you'll still be able to get there and you'll still go for it and you manage to get the ball. And it's a confidence boost. It keeps you going. It's really a motivation too.
I wanted to be motivated to wake up every day and go to the gym. And that was a big thing where I would wake up and I wouldn't want to go to the gym.
Right.
And like right now, I look forward to coming. I love this facility. I love coming here, working out with you and Joe. It's just awesome.
Any idea like what this world was of performance training?
Yeah, I honestly had no idea. Like I would base my workouts off my friends. I'd go to, like I said, I would go to the gym and I would have no idea what I was doing. And I'd hit chest and triceps, like
Bro lifts.
Yeah, exactly.
Classic.
And now I come here and I work out, like there's a program every month. And great programs, seriously.
And you crushed the program.
I like to hope so.
Did you feel that like chest and tri workouts, that bro lifting, did you ever feel like that was getting you anywhere? Did you ever feel like it was moving you closer?
No, definitely not. I'd feel like the same way. I'd go into the rink every day and I'd get on the ice and all my friends would be faster and like where I would just be like, what is going on? Like I'm working out every day. It's really not helping. I've definitely gotten faster. I could take hits from bigger guys and not have it affect me as much. My shot has definitely gotten harder with like the explosive med ball stuff, and just agility, like taking off, like sprints and stuff, like what we do before we work, like get into our lifting.
So would you say you feel it in like every component of your game as like, okay, that's improved, that's improved, that's improved?
Yes,
That's really
definitely.
Cool. That's really cool. Because that's kind of why we program what we do. You know, we want to take pieces of everything and make you better. What's been some of your favorite parts of training?
So yeah, just like an overall great group, a great group of guys. Such great relationships here. Yeah. So like in public gyms, you always see those people just on their phones, just playing around on their phones, and they'll forget like that they're even lifting.
So much time has gone by.
Yeah, they'll be so dug into their phone where it's just like, oh my God, like this is going on. Like, oh, but then they realize, oh, I'm in the gym. And then like that was me. That was seriously me. And where now it's like there's kids around you that are motivated to reach their goals and they wanna hit their goals. That's what I've like really realized, and I try to like wake up every day, be motivated to come here and get better.
Yeah.
Seriously, that's really what the mindset you want to have. Like I didn't have that mindset when I was growing up, and now I do. It's a little late, but I mean,
I think it's perfect timing for you, man.
It is. It's pretty good timing too.
I definitely like noticed as I went to college that the training that I did in the past wasn't good enough, and I needed to step it up. And then my dad was here, so I came here and I tried it out, and I was a totally different athlete after one summer of being here. So I continued here. Well, first of all, that's like a family, pretty much. Like, I'm like not one of the only athletes, but I've been here like since you were starting, and then now here. So it's fun when I come here, and it like again, it improves mentally and physically my game all around. I've learned so much about like footwork and how strong I can be and all this kind of stuff. So it improves my confidence, but overall, like you help me with my mental game as well. And like how you like seeing how you think I should be helps me like gain more confidence and like I even push myself when you're not there. So, okay. So, well, like I said, my first year at Rampo, I barely really played. I wasn't developed enough, and I hadn't gone to Driven yet. And then once I got back, straight from the start of my fall season, even my coach noticed a difference. I would hear every single practice, you're a totally different player. Mentally and physically, you're a totally different player. And I knew it was because I had trained here, because I had never done anything like this before. So I was much more committed to my sport. I had a lot more fun with it because I was better at it. I enjoyed it way more than just like sitting around, because I knew that I could do stuff. And compared to other kids on the field who hadn't done stuff like me, I was faster, quicker, I had better footwork, and that's why I got a breakthrough season. That's why I got to play so much last year, because compared to everyone else on the field, I was way more advanced than them.
Tell me about your power too as a hitter.
Oh, so it totally changed. Totally changed. I batted third and fourth throughout the whole season, so I was pretty much in a power spot. Almost every game I was put in a position of pressure where I had to, there was bases loaded, one out, we were down by one, and I was always the clutch hitter who had to do it in, and I was pretty successful at it all season. I hit a home run in my first home run in college, so.
She hit a walk-off grand slam. Okay, yeah, I'll add that.
Walk-off grand slam, yeah. That was my first.
That's on the record. Real workout.
Yeah, I would start as soon as you possibly can. Obviously, I'd probably be playing D1 right now if I had started at a program like this in high school, even middle school. So a lot of the younger kids here, I know a lot of them also see it as like a game, like it's fun, but if you take it seriously, it changes the person you are, the athlete you are, mentally, physically, all around. But a lot of the times you need to realize that you have to do extra stuff in order to get where you want to be, and what's given to you at college or at high school isn't necessarily going to get you where you want to be. You got to put the extra effort in.
I mean, like, I'm in the best shape of my life, but when I go and talk to all my friends, like, they almost laugh because I'll be like, I haven't done one curl all summer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, how is a curl functional? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So like, just coming in, they're like, what? And I'm like, no, but I'm in the strongest shape of my life. Like,
nice.
And they just kind of laugh at it, like,
they don't even know.
Man, that's all I do.
Yeah.
Just being able to come to a place, like, trusting what you guys have implemented, yourself and Joe, and then just coming in and being like, all right, now I can just work out. I don't have to sit there for 2 hours beforehand. All right, what do I want to do today? What am I going to do? How am I going to get through the workout? No, I can just come in and you can work out. And like, you probably know, you go to an RDA, like, you don't warm up. you
Right,
just
yeah,
go
yeah,
in there and
sure.
hit the weight. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
here you got a whole warm up, get your body warm, get your body ready to do those lifts. So I feel like from that standpoint, like definitely like blessing.
My favorite parts about training here is really just the atmosphere and everything coming in here. It's not like I drag myself to the gym in the morning. I'm excited to come here and I get a great workout every time. It's not some days you're slacking because you really can't slack here. You're better off just staying home if you want to slack off. But going to a regular gym and not this kind of training and you're on your own, there's so many exercises and parts of your body that you're not sure if you're working out properly or if you're doing them right. And coming here, you and Joe always like correct me on my positions and my weights and all that stuff, making sure I'm doing the exercises right and getting the best out of everything. Coming here when you're younger is definitely a lot of fun. You meet so many people, and most of the time you'll meet older kids and they'll tell you their experience and how Driven has helped them get to the point where they are. So I feel like if you follow the footsteps of the people just a grade above you, and you'll notice that you're going to get so much better. Some of my biggest notices from here into college, I've noticed my speed is completely different. My jumps are so much higher when I'm a soccer player getting up for the ball in those 50-50 challenges. If you're not above that player, they're going to win the ball. And for my team especially, our statistics and aerial challenges are crazy. So the fact that I can have high hops, as you would say, it really benefits me. And even just a lot of change of direction, especially with soccer. I'm a defender, so knowing when the ball is getting over my head and I have a player on me and I'm beating them in a foot race, that change of direction always gets me one step ahead of them.
It wasn't just about like, it's honestly just not stronger. It's like you become more with your body, and you can you have more mobility, and you're able maneuver. You can do that better, and like you know how to control your weight. I think I'm faster than maybe like 90% of the kids on the field. Probably more than that.
You feel it now?
Yeah.
Confident wise? Like,
Yeah.
I think I'm faster. than
Yeah,
I am.
yeah, for sure. Like playing club this summer, there was not many people that can keep up.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a good feeling too. It's a good feeling.
It's a really good
You know, like
feeling.
even playing from the defensive end, which like I normally don't do, but sometimes you have to. You know, you pick up a ground ball, you clear it down the field, and there's no one around you because you just
It's gone.
yeah. It's almost frustrating to watch like other kids. Like you go back to your high school, or whatever, and you're at your sport, and you're trying to watch them do something that it's so easy to you from training for so long. It's almost like frustrating to watch. And you're like, it's not that hard. And like, you know, like I train with the wrestling team. You know, those kids, #1 in the country, like, they're still not doing it right.
Oh, I know.
And I think it makes you think like, what if they were? I think probably the unspoken competitiveness. That's
Cool.
like a big thing. I
Okay,
kind
what
of
do you mean by
noticed.
that?
Like, you know, maybe the guy next to you, he's benching maybe 5-10 pounds heavier, and you're like, I want to do that. Like, no. Like, I'm going to bench more than him.
Johnny said the same thing, and I'm gonna.
It's just like, it's just there.
It's that. Oh, that's great that it's there. It's so funny because I like you said unspoken, because it happens amongst you guys. I'm not
Yeah.
condoning. Go chase that kid.
Yeah, no, but
you
it's
know.
just it's in the environment. You know, you want to beat the guy next to you,
Yeah.
which I think is a good thing.
It is a good thing. As long as it's under the umbrella of safety, which it always is here. But you felt that?
There's a
Like,
confidence that you bring back.
There's a confidence.
Yeah.
An edge.
Yeah, you walk a little prouder, I guess, and you're like, I know I put in the work. Like I know I'm gonna be
Yeah.
ahead of these guys, and
Yeah.
I think it's really fun to hit PRs. That's one of my favorite things. Is like thinking like, all right, this is the heaviest I'm gonna go, and then like 2 weeks later, being able to put 10 more pounds on my deadlift, and it's like, wow, that's a lot of weight.
Maybe there's more.
Yeah.
Well, like, we get a lot stronger here, and, like, we do it the right way, so going into college, I wasn't, like, it's a kind of a culture shock there, but at least, like, in the weight room, I was already familiar with most everything we were doing, because I've already done it with you,
Right.
like, do the right things, so that was definitely a lot helpful for me. The other thing is, just the atmosphere here, like, with other athletes being here at, like, similar levels, just so we can like kind of compare each other and just push each other. So that's fun.
Yeah.
You know, music's always good. I mean, if you're serious about it, here is definitely the place to be, just because we do it the right way and you push us so hard, and I mean, it just prepares you to be on top of your game and to be better than everyone else.
My favorite part's just being here and everyone around. It's fun. It's a family atmosphere. It's just fun. We always find ways to make stuff fun. Whew. My most enjoyable part of the training process is probably just seeing my improvements. Just knowing that, just being able to look back at pictures from even just a year ago and saying, wow, I was scrawny, I was tiny, to now being like, I actually have some body mass on me. It's not just, it's just, you're not just growing, but you're also building muscle. You're putting on the pounds and in muscle, not just weight. I've been faster on the field. That's for sure. I mean, I've had my 10 to 12 mile per hour jump. Been faster on the field, velocity jump. I'm hitting the ball harder. Especially in baseball nowadays, everything's all, how fast do you hit the ball off the bat? Exit speed. What's the exit speed? My exit speed's definitely gone up. I think it was at about 70 when I started, now I'm 80, 85. So that's gone up. And even just my weights in general. I mean, you expect your weights to go up, but not to the extent that mine has. I started my deadlift at a simple, 185, and now I'm pushing 400. I'm 395, 400 on my deadlift. So those are probably been the biggest things I've seen within my training program. Nice. I've said it to multiple friends of mine. I feel like I'm able to take on anything that's thrown at me. I feel like I'm in one of the best shapes of my life.
Definitely change of direction is one of the biggest things I've noticed that have helped me out a lot from coming here, because I used to be slow on my feet. I used to stop when I tried to change directions. That those little seconds are essential in a game. I've definitely noticed that I'm much faster in changing different ways. My footwork's faster, and just transferring strength onto the field into speed and actually like using it in how it should be, other than just through weights and in the weight room. I've loved the plyometric stuff, like using the hurdles and stuff, because that's stuff that I would never do on my own. It's stuff that is important, but people don't really think about it too much. And it's stuff that you can really get the work here because of all the different drills that we do.
Right.
And just all that warm stuff, the med ball stuff, all that core stuff that just work on your explosiveness. Because that's the stuff that will help you both in the weight room, just getting to the next step in the weight room, and also transfer onto the field and actually make a difference on the field.
Nice.
Over the years, I realized that it was okay that I didn't know what I was doing, and it's okay to be uncomfortable. Like, I learned how to be comfortable being uncomfortable doing what I was doing, and just trusting the process, because I know that Gary and Joe know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And that if I just do what they're telling me to do, then I'm going to get to where I want to go. Like, overall, my favorite part is having other people believe in me more than I believe in myself, because I don't think you realize how much your mind makes you doubt yourself until you come to Driven, because there's so many times where I'll reach a certain weight on a drill and I'll be like, okay, my mind's telling me that I'm going to max out here because I'm tired and I don't really feel like lifting anything heavier.
Yeah.
And then Gary and Joe will come over and be like, that looks kind of easy. I think you should go a little bit heavier. And I'm like, I don't really want to do that. But then you do it and you crush it. You're like, wow, I can do more than what my mind is telling me. And I think that if I went somewhere else, that I wouldn't be at the weights that I'm at now. I would probably be halfway to where I am now, because I wouldn't have believed in myself more than I do here. Well, I think if you're in middle school and you want to get better, that you should definitely come here, because you're going to get an experience here that you wouldn't get if you were training by yourself, because you're not going to know these different techniques and these different skills that you should have, but you don't know that you should have, and you're going to develop them here. You don't know. Like, there's so many things that you don't know, and then you get here, and you're like, there's so much I don't know, but there's so much I can learn, and you're never going to stop learning. Like, I've been here for 5 years, and I still learn something every time I'm here. There's always something I can fix. You're never going to be perfect, but if you come to Driven, you're going to get a little bit closer. Just trust the process, and it's okay to be nervous, because you're in 7th and 8th grade and you're going to be training with people that are senior in high school, and they're going to be a lot stronger than you and faster than you. But in a few years, if you consistently show up and do your best and do what you know you can do, then eventually that's going to be you as a senior, and you're going to look at the 7th and 8th graders and be like, that was me, like 4 years ago.
Definitely from training. I've felt faster, like I've seen it faster, like I've been able to get to balls quicker in the outfield. I've been able to take extra bases and like have more time, like doubles in the gap, like I have time to get to second. Like if I'm on first, I could probably score at home, like if it's in the gap, like to score to home. Like, for hitting, I definitely feel like when I like really like connect with the ball, I'm like, wow. Like sometimes I just want to sit there and be like, I just did that. Like I daydream, like, oh, that one home run, like, oh, like
that
so like,
kept going.
oh yeah, so nice. And it's nice coming back in the dugout there, like, wow, man. Like it's just like every weekend, like a team of like, I can't believe that was so nice. I was like, I know. Like I could see it was like with not really some of my teammates, but like other competition, like. They don't hit as hard as I do. Right? Like, nice. And like my coaches tell me when I'm doing like BP, like you hit hard, like you can't get much harder than this. And I'm like, thanks. Over the years, definitely probably my favorite part is just like literally like, walking and see everyone be like, all right, this is it. I'm gonna have a good workout. Like I'm excited. I don't know. Just like the overall experience coming in, like I'm ready to go. I'm gonna get stronger and faster, and it's actually gonna work, and I'm not wasting my time. It's like efficient. Like I'm kind of one of those people that I want to get like I want to be efficient, so like definitely Driven has been like 100% efficient with that, like getting everything in. You're not wasting your time doing like anything mediocre. Like a grader that is looking to work out and then like play softball or a different sport, just honestly go in like kind of like a sponge, just like soak everything in and like be able to know that it's not gonna be easy, and then you're gonna have to like work for things, and it's gonna be uncomfortable at times. Like sometimes you're gonna be like doing something like, oh my god, like what am I doing? Like this is so hard, and you can see someone else and they're like they've been doing it longer and then they're like so much better at it, but like you'll get there. It just takes time. But
honestly, like I just feel like my foot's stronger, like it just, and the rest of my body just feels stronger too. Like I don't feel like I'm favoring the one side rather than the other one. And I just like as a whole like feel stronger. Honestly, just don't rush it and trust the process, because last year I rushed it and I like came back and it doesn't work out. So you just take your time. Yeah. And like there's gonna be off days mentally. Like you have to just know like there's some days where you're gonna feel really good, like really trusting the process, and then there's like days where I was just like crying because I was like I just want to be back, like stuff like that. But you just gotta like push through those hard days and realize the end result is gonna be better.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, even football, even basketball, I'm just playing with my friends. I just feel like I move a lot better, I'm faster, like changing directions better. Like when it comes to contact, you know, you embrace it better and you're more effective in all aspects of the game. You know, I'd rather have it be like big groups like it is than an individual, because you're able to interact with other people and make friends along the process, other than just you doing it yourself with one-on-one. You know, sometimes that can be effective, but it's just it allows you to embark on meeting new people. If you want to like compete at the varsity level in high school, that this is definitely a place you should try out, because it allows you to take the further step from playing freshman in JV to being an effective varsity player at whatever school you go to. There's different there's some people that just do like the basic lifts, like benching, squatting, deadlifting, but like Gary does like a lot of research into like different lifts that get to different like parts, like muscles of your body, and you can't just get that from the internet sometimes. No.
I mean, I even remember like measuring my hops just like playing basketball, and before I came, I couldn't touch rim. Now I'm like I could grab rim, which is great. And like I love how when you go to this training, like you describe what workouts help with different activities, like for football. And then it just all comes together nicely. Well, some of my favorite parts, it's like every time you come here, it's like the same kids, you know, you get some new kids, the same people. It's almost like a family, you know? It's like everyone you come in, you're all ready to work. And it's great. Like when you come to this training and then you leave at the end of the session, you know, like you had a good workout, like you really put the work in. Confidence-wise, it definitely boosts my confidence, because even in the weight room here, doing these kind of workouts, like my numbers will increase way faster than like a normal workout I'll do by myself. And a lot of the workouts here that I do are the same that I will be doing at IMG, because I got the program from the strength and conditioning coach. So it's really just preparing me great for the school and for the future of lifting.
I'm glad.
And you feel better about yourself, honestly. You feel accomplished when you're done here.
When I first the hamstring, I tore it once, then there was just something wrong. Like I kept tearing my hamstrings, and I was like, there's something mechanically wrong with my body. So my mom saw you online, and I'm like, I love this stuff. Like it's power, speed, mechanics. So I went to you. We did that whole testing part, and I found out I had a lot of issues. And we addressed those through the years. It didn't come in one day. I worked my butt off just to trying to get that mechanic right, and like the hopping, the jumping, the power from running to sprinting. Like it all clicked. When I got to the field, like I was an outfielder and the first baseman, but when those jumps, I just felt it. Like, wow, I got that second jump. I got that second wind. All those speed things really changed like my direction of the game and made it faster. It was slow. The game was slow, but I got faster. Like mentally and physically, it helped me. Favorite part, people. You guys are great, but probably the speed. Like for the warm up, the speed. Like just get things going. Just like it gets you fired up. Like it's time to work. So that's what I really loved about this. Just the different patterns we do, like things I didn't ever know about. Like, wow, this actually can translate to the game. And it really helped you. It helps you in your game. You think it doesn't, but you're going to feel it. I just learned to control my body more. Like, I didn't control my body well. That's probably why I got hurt a lot. I didn't know how to, my stability was off. But in this training, it really clicked. So it just elevated my game. Just power, like I'm hitting for power, I'm running like faster. I could feel that animal really coming out. Like it just, you guys let it bloom. So I'm happy about that. I'm gonna continue to work. I'm gonna get even better. Gary's gonna push you. Don't think he's just a nice guy. He's a great guy, but he's gonna push you to see what your very best is. He's gonna want the best out of you as a person as well. It's more of a character here too. You gotta sports is temporary, but life, you gotta have the right character, and you can be professional here. Carry yourself the right way on and off the field, and Gary really preaches that here. No, it's just great here. It's family, but at the same time, just work hard. Like, don't let anyone else outwork you. Just do your thing and just keep grinding.
Training is life. That is all of life. Everything that you do is training. So I started with you sophomore year. I got introduced by Jen, and I loved it. It was just, I loved the atmosphere, loved the lifting, loved doing everything that you need to do to be an athlete. Nice. So I really fell in love with that and stayed on a good path. So every time I'm here, it's just 10 times more confidence, 10 times more everything, and it's challenging. Every workout's challenging. Like in the middle of a workout, I'm like, damn. But like, you gotta pick it up and push through, and it just gets you better. And every time I leave here, I feel insanely good. So that's, That's awesome. I definitely feel faster, believe it or not. My footwork, not my best as always, but I do feel improvement in that area as well. My strength is at a whole nother level. I never thought I'd, reach that, or I could get even stronger, but I did, and I'm happy about that. And I just feel in shape, and I'm doing sprints every day here, in conditioning. I'm not dying, every day doing that, building it up. It just makes me, faster, quicker, better, smarter. The whole, what do you do in the partner sprints? The timing, and the connection, react. So I work on that a lot, and that's a huge thing for basketball as well. So all that just comes into place, and it's a killer workout. So awesome. Favorite part, it's got to be the lifting, but it also is the sprinting and agility and conditioning, because you feel like a total badass. You do. You're running there, and you're every person next to you, everybody's thinking the same thing. I'm gonna beat this person. I can't be last, and every other kid here knows that. So it's it's awesome. It's an awesome.
A little competition.
Yeah, it always is.
Awesome.
Yeah, because being a college athlete, I know you have to go above and beyond. It's not just I'm gonna shoot 100 shots and then do some ball handling and then go home and feel good. You got to be in the weight room. You got to do your sprinting. You got to do your 10, 15-minute endurance runs. You gotta you got to do everything in order to be that all-around athlete. You have to work on every aspect. And I was doing it by myself and with my other coaches, but I needed that strength and agility. And, I knew you knew what you were doing. You know how to do it, how to say it, how to teach it, So definitely just, if you have a dream and you want it, don't lose sight of it. No matter how crazy high school is, everything around you, just that one thing, secure it, and really just put yourself in it and never take yourself out of it. And I promise you will get the results that you had.
Yeah, originally I was just doing the traditional lifting, like going to the YMCA and doing squats and benching, like chest day, back day, leg day kind of thing. And then actually preseason of my senior year, I took a hard shot in warm-ups and twisted my back weird. And then ever since then I've had lower back problems, and that kind of kicked it off. And then I tried to go back to the gym once I started feeling a little bit better, but for some reason I couldn't do the lifts I used to do anymore. And I feel like it felt like every type of lift was bothering my back, and I got to the point where I didn't know how to even work out anymore without making it feel worse. And I was trying to figure out a way to be able to get stronger, faster, better without having pain, because the more pain, the more it's going to set you back. Since when I used to go to the gym, I always liked to be able to get a lift in, get some running in, do a little agility, try to hit all the main groups for athletic things, but it usually took too much time at the other places that I went to, just doing it on my own, or sometimes I wouldn't even do it on my own just because I thought I got a good lift in and I'm tired, whatever. The thing I love about Driven is that I get to foam roll in the beginning, which people usually don't do on their own. And then we get to do some jumping, some running, some agility, all this main things you need as an athlete that people traditionally won't do on their own as well. And then you get a good lift in, and you do it all in a very timely manner, which is nice. So it's not like if I tried to do that stuff on my own, at the YMCA, I'd be there all day. I'm productive here, and we're working, and it's quick in and out, and I feel like I really get everything I need. I think since coming to Driven, my agility and speed have gone up pretty noticeably. Change of direction and just athleticism in general. So I've kind of moved from just being a lacrosse player to being more athletic just all around in sports. And when you feel fast and feel like your agility is really paying off and you're just beating people to spots, it's a good feeling. You've been training well. I just think from an early start, once you do start lifting, if you're a serious athlete and you really want to bring your game to the next level, then I think you should skip the whole YMCA lift with your friends or Planet Fitness or one of those and come right to Driven. I think that would be, if I started here earlier on, 7th, 8th grade even, who knows where you could be at if you do it all the way up. With those kind of lifts, you look good. If you're doing them consistently, you look good, and you are getting stronger. I'm not going to say you're not, but there's so much more to being an athlete and elevating your game to the next level, and a lot of it's explosiveness, like you like to talk about a lot, and your agility, your change of direction, in-game stuff you really can't get from just traditional lifting.
So I've always been able to get in the gym. I have a gym at home. I'm always able to do my own workouts, but I feel like it was kind of just senseless. I'd go in there, I'd do a workout, I'd do bench, I'd do it was just the standard type of working out, and I felt like it was always missing something. It never got me to where I wanted to, because I could always get stronger, bigger, but that never always correlates to baseball. You don't have to be the biggest, the strongest. There's so many different aspects of it. So I feel like Driven kind of combined all that, especially with the training at school. I see the exact type of stuff that we do here, and I'm so fortunate for that, that we finally found a really good training coach. But it's just being able to tie everything together, getting the rhythm down, getting, kind of just, I don't want to say putting a pretty bow on top of it, but it's bringing everything together that I've been training for. Absolutely. I feel better now doing the work I've been doing for these last few weeks than I did my entire fall this last spring. Yes, our coaches and our training coach has been doing the same type of stuff we have been here, but it's on another level. I can't really pinpoint what it would be. Maybe it's just the drive being home. Yeah, it's tough. It's very tough kind of, honing in on that. I feel like whenever I'm doing something here, everything's refined, everything is specific and has a purpose for it. When I'm at school, most of the things we do have that. It's tough. Really trying to figure out what you really want to do. If you really want to train and push yourself to be the best you can absolutely be, I feel like getting into Driven would be the best thing for you. And I'm not just saying that because I've been going here for so long. I've been here for so long, I know how it works. I know it really, really works because year in, year time and time after again, I come back, I put my work in, whether it's for a couple weeks or for a few months, and every single time I'm always happy with the outcome. Never one time I feel like, oh, well, Gary didn't really try this much this month. He's got a lot on his plate. That was never the case. That was never the case.
Yeah.